Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, dogs, and cats, and welcome back to Calm Down Level Up. Today we're here again. Welcome back to running a game from World War I to World War II. As you can see, what's going on right now is the Soviet Union just declared war on Ukraine. It is actually the year 1933, which means I've sat here and let the game run for quite a while. But okay, that's done. That basically kicks off where the World War II part of this little series is going to start. The Soviet Union is actually going to be quite an aggressive player in this. As you can see, the Soviet Union is quite different than the normal Hearts of Iron one. We actually have Julius Martov in command of the Bolsheviks in the Soviet Union. And of course, they have a little bit of a different flag, which is kind of interesting. But they have actually a very aggressive part of their focus tree that they are now going down and doing everything. They'll be able to get a conquer focus against Japan. They will be able to have a conquer focus against Poland, but Poland actually doesn't exist. They can spread communist influence everywhere to countries across the world. They can actually rejoin the Entente and get revenge on Germany, which is a little bit odd because Germany didn't really do anything wrong to the Soviet Union. They did they committed some atrocities to the Russian Empire, but I don't think these are the same countries at this point. Anyways, welcome. I'm going to take another little break, let the game run till about 1935 or 6. Basically, we're not really going to have a German axis. We still have the Central Powers. We have the possibility of an Entente reforming or an Allies forming, or possibly a Communist France joining the Comintern, which could be interesting. But instead of a German axis, we might actually have an Italian axis. And here's why. In 1922 or 3, Italy flipped to fascist with Benito Mussolini. They have done their entire focus tree available to them, except for the Abyssinia crisis, which they need January 1st, 1934 to do. So they will actually declare war on Ethiopia, and that will kind of get what we all recognize started. But without Germany ever becoming fascist, because Germany has to lose the war to become fascist. Italy can still become fascist without winning the war. But they won't be able to do Pact of Steel because German Empire has to be fascist. So they will do Italy first, which means that they will form, I believe, Novus Imperium Romanium or the Rome Pact or whichever one it is, which could mean that they will form a faction with Hungary, get Romania and Bulgaria in it, possibly have a strong fascist faction. It could be really cool to watch. Italy is way stronger than base game Italy. Look at this. They are very strong. 261 divisions, 57 military factories, almost 2 million manpower. I mean, it's not as strong as Germany or Austria, I don't think, but they're still very strong. They could take out, Greece, and especially if they had Romania and Bulgaria as allies. Now, I had one idea, and I would like you guys to tell me if you guys like this idea or not. After we do this World War II and see kind of what happens and how it goes down, would you guys like to see me take these borders and basically import them into Kaiserreich and change Kaiserreich's borders up to look like this in 1935 or 1936? Or I'll just basically wait till 1936 with this save and then look at the borders in 1936 and then change Kaiserreich to be like that. And then actually have Kaiserreich play our World War I after this, because if you guys want to see that, we can try that as well. That might be pretty cool to see. France is currently right now on their sort of new focus tree. They actually were able to skip all of this losing World War I or winning World War I stuff, and they've just gone straight down here. And right now they're working on defensive things. They're building the Maginot Line, I guess. Is that just going to build in Germany's land, though? I'm not sure how that's going to work. I'm excited to see if they go down authoritarian and choose right or left, because we could have a France-Italy axis. Imagine how cool a France-Italy axis would be. I've really got to keep my eye on the Soviet Union right now, though, because really, at any moment, they could pull off another one of those Ukraine things. Like, they could declare war on Japan. Japan could be gone. They could rejoin the Entente and form that, which would be kind of crazy. I think this focus here is a little bit OP because you can basically force France to join a faction with you. So how powerful is Japan, though? Japan has 140 divisions, 53 military factories, and almost 3.5 million manpower. That's not that bad, to be honest. Oh, I didn't realize Empire of Japan joined Central Powers. They are guaranteed by France and the US, but they did join the Central Powers, which means if the Soviet Union does their revenge on Japan focus, they could get into a war with the Central Powers, which I am very sure they would lose. The Soviet manpower is only 380,000, where the German manpower is almost 5 million. The Austrian manpower is 6.25. The Hungarians are starting to build up too. They're gaining their autonomy. They're going to become a autonomous region pretty soon, I believe. Also, I'd like to point out it's Republican Spain already in 1933, so they've already flipped. I'm not sure if it wasn't already like that. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, but it's already flipped, so we have a Republican Spain. Spain looks pretty damn strong. I mean, look at all these divisions that they have. They have 172. I also want to check the strength of the Ottoman Empire. Probably the Central Power's weakest link. 203 divisions, 45 military. Oh yeah, 94,000 manpower. Also, the Arabian Peninsula is still a mess. A lot of it is annexed in little chunks and puppeted by the Ottomans, but we still have Saudi Arabia completely split up. Oman over here is a puppet of the British still somehow. Yemen is completely independent. Okay, it is December of 1933, which means we are very soon about to enter 1944. And look at this. The Soviets have a war goal against Finland? Okay, wow. So we have a very early winter war. Wait a minute. Is Finland in the Central Powers? No, but they could join. I mean, actually, it's only 19% world tension. I guess they probably wouldn't. So the Soviets are being big bad right now, and they could cause something very bad for themselves. They probably will get Finland. Finland did win their civil war against Red Finland. I'm not sure if I captured that on camera, but Finland did have a civil war between White and Red Finland, and White Finland did win. I did run a test game before where Red Finland won, and that was pretty interesting, where we just had Finland in the Comintern. And yeah, this winter war is not going the same as the other one did. The Soviets are doing very good. Alright, Finland was just completely annexed, so the Soviet Union grows. And they're doing rejoin Entente. Okay, that's gonna be a bit interesting to see. We might even see France just relieve the faction. I'm not sure if that focus would really work, because France is completely democratic and there's no war. So I don't think France would even stay in the faction. Alright, there goes Mussolini with his Abyssinia crisis. We're going to see Ethiopian war happen pretty soon. We do have a bit of Somalia, Italian Somalia, occupied by the British. I'm not sure when this flips or if there even is a sort of event for this to flip back to Italy, but I guess just in this timeline, this chunk's gonna be British, not Italian. Wow, look at this Ethiopian army. It's huge! 63 divisions, 400,000 manpower, a good amount of equipment. So we are going to see Ethiopia #resist hard. Italy needs to send divisions down there. They only have like a couple divisions guarding these Somalia provinces. And there we go, boys. Italy declared war on Ethiopia, but is Ethiopia gonna win? Oh yeah, look at that battle. They're attacking with 11 divisions into Italy's 2. Okay, yeah, Somalia is gonna get crushed. Possibly the same in Eritrea. Italy really needs reinforcements. Are they sending? Yeah, they are definitely sending reinforcements. Look at all. Oh my god, they're sending so many reinforcements. They need to get there before their colonies fall. It's not long now. These guys have been cut off. These guys are completely screwed. Actually, the entirety of Somalia is completely screwed unless these Italian reinforcements come back and retake this port, which it looks like that's not going to happen. But we do have another problem. The Soviet Union is doing revenge on Japan, which could bring the entirety of the Central Powers into a war against the Soviet Union. Oh, I see. So, you know what just happened? When the Soviet Union did revive the Entente, and France probably joined the Entente with the Soviet Union, and the Comintern was disbanded, France left, and then I guess the Entente was disbanded. So now the Soviet Union just doesn't have a faction. Okay, the Soviets do have revenge against Japan already. I like the shape of the Japanese Empire at this time. Look at that. It's just like kind of a perfect collection of islands and little bits of continents and stuff. But now they're doing revenge on Germany, and I guess they're not declaring war on Japan. They're smart enough not to do that right now. Look at the Central Powers amount of divisions that are just sitting on the border with the Soviets, especially up here in the Baltics. Look, there's like 19, 15, 10 stacks everywhere, 17 stack. Everyone's armies are over here. Germany, Austria, Bulgaria, Turkey's. They're all here, and they're all waiting. Oh, look at this. The Soviet Union made some armored car divisions. Look how terrible that division is. Checking back up on Italy, it's going poorly. Actually, they are about to land back in Eritrea again. Take this back. That is a lot of divisions in one spot. I mean, is this technically an encirclement because it's not connected to this? Yeah, they need to take this. I guess all these guys are technically encircled too. Italy, you can move your troops through there all you want, but you're just going to slowly die of attrition and then lose all of your divisions. Alrighty then. Soviet Union declared war on German empires. They didn't want to declare war on Japan, but they're completely fine with declaring war on the German Empire. Okay. How are the battles going for you, Soviet Union? mostly good on the defensive side of things. Mongolia joined the new Soviet faction, the Soviet Compact. Okay, so they basically just reformed the Comintern, but it's the Soviet Compact. And Georgia has now joined as well. World War II started with the Eastern Front this time. The Soviet Union decided they wanted to spread communism to the most powerful land alliance on Earth. I guess they were wrong. You know, I guess they kind of overestimated their power and underestimated their enemy's power. They are losing a lot of equipment because I think they're on defense. Okay, so they shouldn't be doing too bad. They are on defense. They're still losing a lot of equipment though. The Central Powers might start feeling it though. They are losing a ton of equipment, but they have large stocks of it from World War I ending. Soviet-German War, we have, wow, even though they're on the defense, the Soviets have lost 300,000 men, while the Germans have only lost 47,000. They are starting to dig into the Soviet Union. Minsk has fallen. Moscow is on the road, and look at how many of these battles the Soviets are losing. That's incredible. The Japanese are starting to take this island all to themselves. Man, there's a lot is going to happen if the Soviets lose this war. This is really only part 1 of World War II, though, because we still have to see what the fascists are going to do. Also, the Soviets never moved their capital from Petrograd over to Moscow, so I think Petrograd's probably an easier position for the Central Powers to take. Just it's due to its close proximity to the United Baltic Duchy. So they're in danger here, guys. The Germans still have plenty of manpower, and I think the Austrians have more. Yeah, they have about 1 million more than the Germans do. I mean, the Central Powers are not going to lose this. I mean, if I'm wrong, that'll be quite funny, but I don't think they're going to lose this. And look at that, the Ottomans have actually just broken, well, not even really the Ottomans. The Georgian Socialist Republic has just fallen, but it's the Ottomans plus, you know, the entire faction. Also, the Japanese have just taken Vladivostok, so that city does not need to be taken anymore while the Japanese are storing their fleet there, a massive fleet just sitting in there. There's actually a lot of Ottomans over here fighting with the Japanese. The Central Powers have turned out to be a very multicultural faction. They have reached the gate of Moscow. There's actually nobody in Moscow, or there's about to be a couple divisions walking in there. But they are here. They are where the Nazis got, I believe in 1941 or 42, I think like late 41 maybe, they got to the outside of Moscow. They never took it though. Will the Central Powers, the Nazis' kind of forefathers, be able to take it? Sevastopol is also in imminent danger, which has quite a lot of the Soviets' victory points. Oh, Moscow's about to fall. They're fighting the battle that's going to win them the siege. Also, Petrograd up north is starting to lose their siege, I believe. Yes, the city itself is being assaulted. The Soviet Union is going to lose, like, probably the first year or year and a half. Wow, I've never actually seen this name before. Tsaritsyn? I'm interested to know why the Soviets never changed it to at least, like, Juliusgrad or something. The Southern Ottoman and German and Austrian and Bulgarian force down here might actually be the force that takes that city before the main front does. Alright, yes, so Moscow did fall. That leaves only a few other cities and probably a few towns to go until these guys actually capitulate already. The Georgian Free State's already dead. Somehow there's been 2... Oh, wait, no, I messed these numbers up. There's only 2 Mongolian divisions, but there's been 750 dead Mongolians. There's already been 1.58 million deaths on the Soviet side. And the German side, there's only been 264,000. The Austrian side, 280 or 290,000. Also wanted to point out a correction. Not really a correction, as I just never made this point in the last few videos, and a lot of you guys did in the comments. Austria-Hungary really carried the Central Powers through World War I. Austria-Hungary had, I believe, a larger army than Germany. They were out micromanaging everything. Germany was mostly just focusing their forces on the Western Front, where Austria was doing a lot of things that were important for their victory. And I think we missed a chance to really congratulate Austria-Hungary for basically not being shit and doing a good job. So guys, can we hand Austria a W in the chat, please? Checking back up on Ethiopia, it looks like Italy retook their port down in Somalia, and they retook Eritrea. Okay, and oh man, Ethiopia's divisions are not looking good. Yeah, they're out of manpower. They may be out of equipment. They're out of equipment. They don't have guns. They don't have manpower. So for once, the Italians are actually superior to their enemy. It happened. It all capitulated to Austria-Hungary. Do you see that? Oh my god. 100,000 guns were seized. Oh no! The entirety of Russia is the German Empire in 1934. Okay, one thing though. Japan did get to take one. They got to take the northern part of this island. And also, okay, the Soviet Union is still alive, and Mongolia is their puppet. Okay, and Neville is their capital. Fantastic end to that part of the game. This it's not over though. We still have sort of the Italy reforming, possibly the Pact of not Pact of Steel, but the like sort of this Italian axis here. We might even see France go down it. Right now they're doing Algiers, France, Algérie, Francais, and they might go down and support the right. So we could see a really cool Italian and French axis in the future. But I'm going to leave you guys right now at the end here. Thank you very much for watching this episode of running a game from World War I to World War II. If you have any suggestions for me for other cool games we could run like this in the future, make sure to tell me in the comments. And if you like this video, make sure to hit like, favorite, subscribe if you guys are new. And I'll see you guys all next time. Peace.